have Parkinson's.
My name's Claudine, and I don't have Parkinson's. We've been tagged by Brenda in this 20 Fall Questions Challenge.
We love being tagged, everybody. Just so you know it, we love being tagged. It makes it easy for us to know what we're doing.
So this is like 20 questions about fall from MAINEiac Grammie. We appreciate you tagging us, so we have some content, some ideas.
Go on over and check her out. She's a great woman. She does lots of stuff.
We'll include a link to her channel in our description. Okay, so here's 20 questions. I'll read them out, and I guess we will just sort of see like
how we differ from each other.
Exactly. So favorite
and from the world.
And from the world. So what is your favorite fall treat?
Pumpkin pie from Costco.
I would definitely agree. Mine doesn't have to be from Costco, but pumpkin pie definitely is a favorite fall treat.
I think pumpkin pie is a great thing to have, but the pumpkin pie from Costco just even goes better than that. It's cheap, it's great, it's huge.
They do have a good pumpkin pie for sure.
I really am big on that one.
Okay, red or green apples?
Oh, red for me. Very crisp. Honey crisp is great. Ambrosia is great. I love a crisp red apple.
I'm going to go with red as well. I'm not big on the tart of the green apples, although like the yellow ones, the yellow delicious.
Oh, I don't like them. They're kind of soft.
Oh, I like them.
Oh,
all right.
I don't like those.
Fall, favorite sport?
I hate sports. No, that's not true. You know what? I love curling. I love curling. But I have a addictive personality for sure. I started watching recreationally,
Until she has lists of players' names and the teams and how many points they have, and it's like...
I started off with a quick little dabble. By the end of it, I was doing a cock-a-doodle-doo, and I had every team description and stat and everything. I got to the point where I was confusing myself. I had so much information. And all I wanted to do was watch a curling game, and I had never played it in my life. So we went cold turkey because I thought I was really getting crazy, and took all the sports channels. I put sports channels on my TV just for curling. Unbelievable. My husband didn't have the problem. I had the problem.
My Granny Wilson, my grandpa's mom, loved curling, and Mom had spent a lot of time with her watching curling and sort of getting to know it, and then on her own. And I tell you, if there was a program for curling statistics, you could win it, because what their families are doing, if they had a new child, or...
I was crazy. I was absolutely crazy. But the thing about my grandma was, I was watching with her, and she had started to be a little slower in her mental capacities. So we were watching the Olympics, and they would, because it was overseas, they would play those games at all different times. So during the day, you could see the same game 5 times. Just you have to keep track of which ones you've seen. Well, she would be watching the same game that we'd already watched 3 times that day, and she thought it was a new game each time.
She didn't even realize.
So I started playing jokes on her again. I guess, you know what they're going to do here? There's going to be like a really twirly cue up here. Oh, wait till you see what Brad Gushu does. Oh my God. And she goes, how did you know that? And I said, I've watched so much curling, Grandma. I know these things. I can just guess them.
You tricked her.
I had so much fun with her. And then I told her at the end, I said, they play this program many times during the day, and I said, I've seen it a few times already.
Not that you can tell the future.
That's right. She goes, oh, you got me, she says. I said, I did.
So favorite fall sport, you would say curling. That's more of sort of a winter sport too, right? But I don't really have a fall sport. I went to the Grey Cup game one time in Edmonton. It was a chilly November in Edmonton, in Alberta. And the only reason I went was the person I was with at the time had some free tickets. So we went up from Calgary to Edmonton. But I just went because Shania Twain did the halftime show. So I was all excited to see Shania Twain do the halftime show, and I sat through some football in the meantime.
We're not sports people, really.
Best fall drink.
Oh, I like, this sounds really stupid, because fall you should be having something warm.
Louder.
Oh, if fall you should have something warm. I prefer to have an iced drink, and I like iced coffee, and if they have any flavors that go in the iced coffee, then I'm a really happy girl.
I love a pumpkin spice latte. I do. I love pumpkin spice.
Latte, is that hot or cold?
Hot.
That's hot. Okay, but
I think you can have them chilled too, but I prefer the pumpkin flavor hot.
see, I would probably like that if it was cold. Yeah.
Fall activity.
Fall. I don't go for pumpkin hunting, or I don't go for things like that. Fall activity. What would be a fall activity?
I remember when I was a
Apple
kid, we used to rake up all the leaves and then jump into the pile of leaves, and the dogs too. We all just sort of raked up the leaves into a big pile, or Dad
You thought
would
that
rake
was
them
a
up.
you thought that was a fall activity. We thought that was clean the yard for
Clean
winter.
the yard. But I remember it as a fun childhood fall activity, you know?
Well, that's good. We made it fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have any real fall. Like, I don't go apple picking, and I don't go. If I could do a fall activity, I would do an end of the garden glean. That would be more for me. An end of the garden glean. Yeah.
What's a glean?
A glean is where you go through, and after the companies have picked their choice vegetables,
Yeah.
they allow the public to go through, and you can glean whatever is left.
I've never even heard of that.
Yes,
Does that still happen?
yes, it does, because farmers like their fields to be completely cleaned out, and
Okay.
that's the way to do it.
You got a bit of a sun shining on your face.
Oh.
I'm trying to sort of bring you in so the sun spot
Maybe
isn't
I'll
quite
just
there.
should have put my brakes off.
I think we're good there.
All right, okay.
Fall must-have purchase. These are sort of randoms. We just sort of purchase
Must
whatever.
have purchase.
You know what I like to have in fall? I've never had to purchase them yet, though, because my daughter has graciously gifted me a few pairs, is those tall muckluck boots.
Yes.
I love those for fall, just with tights, with those tall furry boots. You know, they usually make them with rabbit fur, like the natives. They've got them all embroidered and they're beautiful. But so that's a must-have for fall for me, is the tall boots.
Yes.
And Mom just got a warm jacket. So
I did
maybe
get.
warm jacket.
I haven't had a warm, like, winter type jacket, fall winter jacket. Haven't had one for probably 4 years because I haven't been going out of the house much. Well, I've decided that I deserve better than just a sweater on a cold day. So
Yes, you
we
do.
went out to the big fancy, and here I got myself a nice jacket. So
The giant tiger. I'm not sure why she's
Oh.
calling it the big fancy now.
Yeah.
That's sort of one of the new things. Giant Tiger is the name of the store, and I've never even heard of a store called the Big Fancy, but for some reason, Giant Tiger is the Big Fancy now.
I don't know. My brain has done things. I can't think of the giant tiger anymore. It's big fancy.
She also thinks her bedroom is upstairs.
I keep referring to going upstairs to my bedroom. It's on the same floor. There is no stairwell. It's a same floor, but I can't get it in my head that
Yep.
it's not upstairs.
when
things.
when we go downstairs to the kitchen and whatnot, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you know.
They just all sort of accept me
Yeah.
now. Whatever I say is.
Don't need to correct it all the time. Okay, number 7. Pick your own pumpkin or store-bought.
Store-bought.
Store-bought. We're simple people. I've never gone
It's
to a
like
pumpkin
wild
patch.
meat versus regular meat. Regular meat any day.
Yeah.
We're city girls.
We're city girls. No, I've never picked my own pumpkin. So definitely store-bought. Real or fake pumpkins.
Fake if I can have them, but I like a real pumpkin too.
Yep.
I don't overly like getting the guts out, but I sure like watching other people do it.
You know what? I like the Halloween decorations, like fake pumpkins that people have out, but there's nothing like carving a real pumpkin.
And we're going to find that out when we have a carve off with Finn.
The next one is Halloween costumes. Yay or nay?
Yeah, I love Halloween costumes.
Yeah. I'm going to say nay on this one because I've never been much of a Halloween fan. It's sort of
Yeah.
like I feel now like as an adult that we're going around knocking on strangers' doors and it's just maybe not even safe, and taking candy from strangers is something we were
Even when you
taught
were,
not to do.
even when you were little, I felt like it was a license to send your kids out begging.
Yeah.
And I would rather have given you candy than have you go out trick-or-treating.
I guess it's not the same with the kids in the costumes and seeing the other kids out on the street. You know,
Well, I
there's
think that you could still have that fun. You could have the costumes and have like a party at your house.
Mhm.
That you could do, and I would love the costumes, but I've never been a fan of sending your kids to the doors trick-or-treating.
right. Okay. College football or NFL?
Can't stand either.
We're not sports people, so you know, go football.
Yeah.
Fall or Halloween decorations?
Fall.
Look at this beautiful fall flower. Like it's actually in a little silver planter even. You know what I mean? Like it's really just beautiful. But
That's
the fall
gorgeous.
decorations, I'm big on the autumn and the leaves and whatnot. Okay, rake leaves or no rake?
I would personally vote no rake simply because it's too much work. But we know that our yard needs to look pretty because we have a nice neighborhood.
We have such
So-
a beautiful
So we
yard.
will be having a raking, of our leaves, but we're going to let some fall before we rake them. We're not going to rake them 10 times. So we're going to let some fall and we're going to rake. But
They're almost all out of the trees now, but we
Yeah.
did have a little dump of snow the other day, which was quite random. So
it's time to get them up.
I don't think that's going to last though. So I will get those leaves up. But anyway, a lot of people say it's good to leave a little bit of them down because it does help your lawn over the winter to regain some nutrients or whatever.
But we do want to not be the house that has the leaves in the yard.
Actually, it's not so bad here. Like a few of the other yards around us have the really big trees, like with the big leaves. We have that willow and it leaves off little tiny leaves, but we don't have like the depth of the deep leaves like some of the houses around us do. But they sure look nice when they turn yellow and orange and whatnot.
It was very pretty.
Favorite soup?
Oh, I like a cream of soup personally, but a good vegetable soup you can't beat either. But I do like cream soup, cream mushroom, cream of celery. Cream of celery is delicious.
Do you remember that time we made a cream of leek?
Oh, I made a cream of leek that was really good.
I'd never even heard of a leek, but anyway, she made a cream of leek soup. It was really, really good.
Yeah, so no, I prefer the cream ups, but no, I'll take a good vegetable any day too.
I'll go with the cream of too, although French onion soup with the baked cheese and bread on the top. Cheese and bread, that's where I had it. So maybe French onion.
Well, I've got to make that again someday.
Favorite fall candle scent?
I cannot participate in this because I've lived too long in seniors' residences. We're not allowed to have in seniors' residence candles of any kind.
But if you were going to spray an air freshener or something, what would be the favorite scent?
It would be Febreze Original.
What about fall scent?
Fall. Anything floral. Not floral. Anything citrus.
Citrusy? You like those type of smells?
That's not fall, is it?
Not really.
Oh, okay, I don't understand
I
fall
do
scents.
like, the apple pie spice smells or like the caramel apple type smells. Like I get a few of
eat those.
the wax melters that make your house smell like there's something baking. Like I always like those ones.
See, we weren't allowed to have any of that stuff, so therefore I really don't even know what's available for that stuff.
Well, the wax melter is not an open flame, so it just sort of, it's a warmer and it melts the wax, but it's not an open flame.
Well, you'll have to teach me about these things, and
I got a few nice smells for us anyway.
I'll learn about these things.
Okay, so love or hate pumpkin spice? I love it.
I would say I love it. I can't say I hate it. I think it's overdone.
I think the hype of it is pretty.
It's like you get pumpkin spice everything. I think you can,
there's
minimize.
limits, right? I do like a hot pumpkin spice drink, but I'm not going to order the pumpkin spice donut and the pumpkin spice everything else,
I do like a pumpkin spice oatmeal. That's really nice. Put a little bit of apple in it. I like a pumpkin spice oatmeal. But again, I'm not going to have it every day, and I would far rather just drink my pumpkin spice in a nice drink.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're on to number 16. Tall or short boots? Short boots for Mom. Tall boots for me. I like them almost to the knee.
I need a smaller area to fall to the floor.
Short boots versus, short for Mom, tall for me. Favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, you're going to hate me. I like the same candies that Bill likes, the molasses candies. I like them.
Those molasses candies, they're literally wrapped in like Halloween wrapping.
We've been around for years.
Saltwater taffy is sort of a similar thing, but I also love the Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, they're good too, yes.
Do you remember the year that I told Ivy, I forget how old she was probably 7 or 8 years old. So she had gone around trick-or-treating and filled her stash, her pillowcase, she was all full. Remember,
what did you do?
I told her there was a recall on the Mars bars. So all the Mars bars had to go back. But actually, I just ate all the Mars bars. But we pulled out all the Mars bars because I said there was a recall on it. It was a small white lie. She knows about it now, so it's safe to say. But
you are so awful.
They were my favorite. I wanted the Mars bars. And she was,
why didn't you just go buy a bag of Mars bars ahead of Halloween?
I maybe should have now, looking back on it is...
Oh, I raised somebody who was horrible.
Okay, pumpkin spice latte, yes or no? Yes for me, I've already admitted. Yes.
Yes, I'll try that.
Yes for Mom. Hayride or corn maze?
Hayride, don't put me in a corn maze.
A corn maze sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah,
Like
bugs flying every which way.
bugs.
And they're able to get you, and you're stuck in there and can't find your way out.
Yep.
No.
But a nice horse-drawn hayride, that sounds pretty
With
nice.
a blanket between you and the bugs,
Oh.
that's for me.
Number 20 is favorite fall TV shows.
YouTube year round.
She just YouTubes. We don't have cable anymore. Like we used to back in the day, everybody had cable. You'd wait a week to watch your new episode. But pretty much now, any shows we want to watch are on, Netflix or whatever. I'm into the crime shows,
Yeah, we've got a couple of streaming services that are on our TV, but I actually hardly ever watch even the streaming services. I watch my YouTube. I can't hardly keep up. I got so many good friends that
She does watch a lot of YouTube, but she can cast it to the TV, watch it on the big screen.
Yes. Oh, so all of you people out there, when I'm watching you, you are huge. Make sure your nose is clean. You never know what I can see.
I'm sure they make sure their nose is clean. Let's get your nose up to the camera for an inspection.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that was our fall 20 questions tagged in from MAINEiac Grammie. We'll give her link in the description.
Thank you. And go check her out. She's a hoot. She's recovering right now. She has something going on with the right side where she can't turn her head to the right without getting very, very dizzy and whatnot. So she needs lots of prayers.
I think she looked lovely in her video the other day with her braid all down the side.
Oh, her hair is nice and thick, and she has...
I actually just had my hair cut today, and I said to the lady, the older you get, a lot of times the shorter your hair gets. So I said, I'm in my early 40s, so I want to keep my hair quite long, but because the older you get, ladies tend to have shorter hair. I said, I want to be one of those ladies who's 50 with long, luscious hair, just like Brenda.
Old. She thinks 50 is old. I feel sorry.
I didn't say it was old.
I feel sorry for all of us that are like 65 and above. It's like, well, how old is old? Like,
how old is old? Older than dirt.
If it's I remember that young fella that told me about my birth certificate. I went in to get. I never forgot this. I went to go and get a passport, and you have to take your birth certificate. Now, my husband is an immigrant. He came from Scotland, and he came over. He takes in what paperwork he has, goes through, no problem at all, takes everything that he's got, sends away for his passport. He gets it in 3 weeks.
Mom's born in Canada.
Born in Canada. Go in then where my birth certificate is.
With her original copy.
With my original. And the guy says to me, a young whipper's dipper at the counter, he says, well, I can't accept this. And I said, why not? And he said, because it's not original. And I said, it most certainly is. It's my birth certificate.
The number up in the top was like 3 digits, but most numbers are like 9 or 10 digits.
Yeah, like my digit was like 386 or something. And he says, well, nobody has a birth certificate that has a number like 386. And I said, well, I do.
Like you were the 386th person that's been
and
born?
He says, well, that would make you like way old.
I've seen a few birth certificates that were old, but...
He says, yeah, I've seen a few birth certificates that are older, but not many.
But honestly, was 10 years ago. Like,
and
she was only 55.
I felt like I said, you're making me feel like I'm older than salt. I said, and he says, well, you'll have to apply for a new one. And I said, well, they'll give me a new one with the same number
on it.
Sure enough, that's what they did. They sent the original one back and said, this is a certified copy of her birth certificate. Give her her passport.
She just had a lower number than all the other numbers.
I said, now, I do understand. Mine is sort of on a typewriter and stuff. It's not looking like a government thing. But it has the seal right on it. I mean, I was born in a small town. That's how they did it. But I couldn't believe it. I said, I feel so old at this point in time. Anyway, now... I just go, if he wants to think that I'm too old.
Older than dirt.
Older than dirt.
That's how her birth certificate was.
So anyway, I'm the old lady that doesn't travel anywhere anymore. Anywho, we're going to say thank you very much for watching. Everybody that likes to do tags, please think about us because we do enjoy doing them. So anyway, we'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Bye.